Hey, it's Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres. Today's the 7th of April, 2017. I won't need this. Hopefully you can hear me all right. As promised, I've come up with, well, I don't know exactly if I've come up with it, but kind of had this thought process come over me, I guess is the best way to put it. But what I'm talking about here is our grow system. And for those of you that don't know about this, I had a produce field out there that's 55,000 square feet. It's 100 feet wide and 300 feet long. And we were growing vegetables out there, and then we got this bright idea to turn pigs on it when we were done. And at the time I started, there was a lot of grass out there. There was a lot of areas in between the rows that we were actually going down with wheelbarrows and driving down and stuff like that. The pigs took all that out. And then they went a step further and they took everything out. The problem was the area wasn't hard fenced. I was putting up temp fences, and they would throw a clod of dirt over that, and then they would wind up getting out. They weren't going anyplace, but I have lawn to the south of that and lawn to the north of it, and they were making a mess of that, and so I didn't want that. So what we did is we hard fenced it, and for the first year that was okay. Still had quite a bit of weed action going on in there, and we only planted about half of it the first year. And so every year we've made changes to it. And this year I was sitting in the house, I think on a Sunday morning, and I'm looking out the window, drinking my first cup of coffee, and I see a bunch of their little butts in the air, the pigs that are on this field. And usually that means they're at the root of the fence and they're up to no good. And that probably means that my electric fence has got something over it, and so they're not getting shocked, and that's why they will eat at the root of the fence. The root of the fence, I mean where the fence comes down to the ground, and they're on one side and they want to just try and chew at the grass that's coming through there. So I go out there and I'm moving everything away, and I started thinking, wow, if I was going to make an improvement to this area this year, what would it be? And I even said in the video that I made that day, you know what, I'm going to cut this thing in half, and then I'm going to plant one side with a cover crop, and I'll have pigs on the other side, and then I can rotate them when we put produce in, and on it went. Well, I came up with a better idea, and this idea, I've been thinking about it a lot. I've been giving it a lot of time to think about. By the way, I'm not going to go any more than 12 minutes on these videos, and I'm just going to stop it and then pick it up again. And these are all going to be on our YouTube channel, all right? I just did a live video to say that I was going to do this because I'm trying to get people from my Facebook over to my YouTube and vice versa. And this isn't for monetization purposes because I've been demonetized because we butcher animals. But it allows the word to get further out, all right? And so we have a bigger base of people that are interested in this, and we're finding that a lot of people are interested in this. Myself, I had a regular job, regular career field, aviation, and now I guess I'm retired. So this is my retirement job. But anyway, we're a farm and we do a lot of different things, but this is one of them. And I've been kind of focusing on this a little bit more. Okay, get to the point, Mark, I will. All right, here's our produce field. All right, it's kind of crude. I'm not the best illustrator. I've got a little materials list up there, and this is just what I've used. And it's 300 feet long, 100 feet wide. There's lawn on this side. There's lawn on this side. This summer, if you tune in, you'll see this is where our pastured poultry is. All right, all of our tractors will be lined up here. Our chicks are out here right now in our brooder. And right now these cross fences, this line here represents a fence, a cross fence. Both these are not there. The only thing that we've done so far is we've got these posts in. and that's what we're working on today. But I want to stay ahead of the execution of this with the explanation of what we're doing while it's fresh in my mind, my artistic mind, I guess. Okay, so we're 300 by 100, and we were just one big chunk. I've got pigs on there right now. They have cleaned everything off of it. When we finished up in September last year, we put pigs on it, and they've cleaned it off. Now we've got to get pigs off of there by the 15th because we want to start doing some machine work and keeping our weed suppression system going, and I'd like to get a cover crop on that I can turn down for green manure. Now that's going to take a little bit of work because I don't really have any place to put those pigs right now. I don't have any fields that are ready because I plant my fields into turnips, field peas, and various other things, and they're not ready yet. So this is what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to build these cross fences, all right? So we're going to divide this into thirds, all right? So what you will see maybe in the next video out there, maybe 2 videos from now, because we want to show a little of the execution of this as far as how to build these things. We are having a fencing class coming up. You have to check our website, bakersgreenacres.com. It's a one-day deal, and you can come and I'll show you everything that we know about fencing and how we do it, and we can share some ideas. We'll also talk water systems too. It's a one-day class. It's coming up here pretty quick. So when we tune back in, there'll be the hogs' houses will be here on this side. This gate will be closed, and I'll have 30, 40, 50 pigs right in there, 100 by 100. And you might say, whoa, that's kind of a small area for that group of pigs. They're only about this big right now. And I have an agenda that I'm working. This field, as I showed in the other video, there's a great big tree down here, and there seems to be kind of a line that goes like this. You can see the earth kind of turns in right there, and I don't know if it's a lie line, I'm not sure what it is, but the pigs have rooted everything here, and that means they're getting in there with their nose, they're turning it up, they find stuff and they eat it. Anything that's vegetation, it's kind of their hobby. Even when they're completely full of food, they will root anyway just for fun. But this area here, they didn't do anything with it. And when we went and took a closer look at the soil, it was very, very sandy. And we really haven't had good luck with produce down in that area. Not real good. Not as good as up in this area. So, I'm going to intentionally increase the concentration of animals in that area. I'm going to place round bales of straw out like this, and then break those open. So I'm putting a lot of organic material out there. I'm going to seed it heavily with biochar and compost, and then let those pigs turn that all in and give it water, give it time, and let the productivity of that section of the field come up. But having this sectioned off like this is going to give me the ability to, like, today's what, the 7th, maybe the 15th of this month, get in here and rototill this, right? And then this can get planted with some of the colder crops like potatoes, peas, you know, things like that, things we don't have to worry about getting frosted out. All right, so we can get that done. And then at the same time, we can get in here and put in a cover crop of, let's say, rye. All right, you can put that in when it's cold. If I put it in on the 15th of April, which I would probably get it in sooner than that. If I was ready to go, I'd put it in maybe today. I'd get it in today, and the soil will start warming up by about the 15th, and we should see something coming up around that time. And then by May 30th, I'd have a nice growth in there like this. And then what I would have the ability to do is open this gate, and let these guys go in here and chow that down. Now, what's wrong with that? I mean, you see these systems where people grow fodder systems, you know, where you take grain and you put a little bit of water in it, and they're great systems, don't get me wrong. But this is a way to do 100 by 100 square feet of that fodder system. Let's see, I don't think I have the right, if this is 100 and this is, so this is 3,000 square feet, not 55,000. I've been off on that. I just noticed that. Okay, caught me. Right? No, 30,000. 100 times 300, add 2 zeros to 300. Okay, that's 30,000. So not 55,000. Not 55,000. I don't know where I get that. That was a long time ago. I was doing some calculation. All right. And then they could chow that down in time for me to get something planted on that, and I could put them back here. And in the meantime, I could do something with this and get this planted into something, and then they could go back on it. Then at the end of the season, let's say September, when we're done and the produce in this field is complete and we've taken off what we wanted, we can run them all the way down here. Then at that time we have plenty of time to get cover crops on both these and leave them here for the winter, let's say. And then the next year we can rotate the whole thing out. Now, okay, I'm at 12 minutes. Let me take a break here. Be right back at you.